The Berserk, now he's not carrying any injuries because in this nature of this weird fantasy type game, he's swapped with the cleric. He's swapped with the cleric. Oh, I suppose he's almost like a magic user. But it's just my little Christmas present to whoever. So he needs a 4. Yeah, off he goes. Now we're looking at the Dalrians. The archers there have got a grumpy face. They need to get a 6 to get rid of the grumpy face. No, they keep the grumpy face. They're really angry. I don't know what's up with them. I've got the... I'm going to try and get my elite to form their shield wall. Yes, they got a 5. They needed a 4. They link shields, which gives them a bonus in defense. Good. That's what they've done. The archers, protected by the shield wall, if they can get a 6, can remove that green. Yes, they got 9. Get rid of the green. That's all they can do. I've got skirmishers on the road. They're going to hopefully activate with the 6 and then scuttle off. Yep, they are coming back here because if they lose one more, they lose the unit. There's a little old lady there. Go over there, little old lady. And I've got a big chunk of archers here in the road. And I've got a slightly smaller chunk of archers. I've got 3. But they lost the thingy. Right, there's 4 archers on the road. Need a 6. Got a 6. They're going to just sort of stand forward a little bit so we know they're a separate unit. That's less than 3. Gives them a shot at 5 and 6. They activated, so we know they can take the shot. 5 and 6 to hit. 2 hits. Is it a double? No, it's 2 separate men. Maybe whittling them down a bit. I don't know. Morale test. Oh, that. He's a blind chap. So they've got 8 men. They've lost 2. I've just thrown a double 1 with 8 or less because there's 8 men. I've just thrown a double 1. Now, that's not a grumpy face if you're testing morale because you want a low throw. If you needed 2 or less, you've just hit the jackpot. So they passed morale, which is good. So they're okay. Yeah, the 2 chaps have been shot, but ho, you know. Yeah, I'm going to try and activate them. They need a 6. Oh, look what that has. A grumpy face. Grumpy face. They've gone over there now. What's happened? People getting grumpy faces all the while. Maybe because it's sea people come crashing towards them. Well, okay. Picts. Yeah, they attack there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 2, 4, 6 attack there. Needing 5s. Getting 3. They defend on 5s. 1 saved. 2 dead. Is it an officer? No. Is it an officer? No. So it's just 2 fellows. Going to make it those 2 fellows. Test morale. They've now got 2, 4, 6, 7. They've got to get 7 or less. They've got exactly 7. But so that isn't any notable victory for them. So they don't fight a second round of melee because it all gets too messy and complicated. So they just go there. Picts rather there who are going to attack the sea peoples with the green counter. Yes, they are. 6. Need 5s. 1 hit. Save on 5s. No. Is it an officer? No. It's just some poor random Herbert. And they have 3, 6, 7. They've got to get 7 or less. They've got 8 too many. They're already on a green. So they now have to run backwards. They can run through the forest. My rationale for that is, if you are in fear of your life, you are probably quite happy running full tilt through a forest, legs akimbo, and the fact that your opponent can only go 6, unless they're very, very light, is a good thing, because it means I'm going to struggle to catch you. And they get yellowed. That's a big setback there. Okay, the slingers. Yeah, very nice. Slingers are going to pop themselves through here. They are going to rain down a flurry of stones upon the Sea People's command. Slingers run through the gap and rain down a flurry of stones on the command of the Sea Peoples. Now, because this is closer range, you only need 5s and 6s. They haven't done magnificently well, they've got 1. Is it the top man? No. So it's not the top man, it's AN other. And they've got a standard bearer. So if it's red, it's the standard bearer. No, it's not. It's him. They don't test morale. I can make a choice as to what I want to do. And now looking around, I've got the elite there who are whittled down and facing lots of archers. All over the place there are archers. I've got the men on the road who have been battered now from the left flank, and they're also starting to come under a rain of slingers. We've had a unit break over there, and we've got lots and lots of Celts who have arrived later and are now pouring forward. We've also got Pictish scouts coming out of the stones, and because of the speed they move 8, everybody else moves 6. They're threatening to get to our longships to go home to Germany before we do, which isn't good. So I think in that case I am going to make a strategic withdrawal. Now, one thing I did do, which I haven't mentioned to you, because again I wanted it to be a little surprise. I assume on my boats there are 12 crew on every boat, and I normally have 4 what we like to call idiots. We have 4 warriors and 4 elite, and then by having 3 ships, that gives us the units of 12 on a good day. We don't always get that, but that's, you know, if you dice for storms. I use Bill Lamming's campaign rules, and that you can lose ships at sea, they can get lost. Just because you set off with 3 ships doesn't mean you're going to arrive with 3. But what I did right before the game, as they advanced through the forest, and I left them there. And I've left them there deliberately for this reason. And so this reason now becomes apparent, because when I activate now for the turn, the Northumbrians are now activated first. So because the Dalreans are going first, their scouts have outrun the fleeing Sea People. They are now have a chance to get to our ships, our being the Sea People. The Picts and the Celts are now beginning to surround the commander, who is alone because his standard bearer has just been killed by slingers. Now we have an issue here where the berserk has been hit again. He's hit in the mouth, and the 10 injury in the mouth says wound debilitates, and it tells you there exactly what happens. So he's debilitated for 4. Let's put those there. Smashed in the mouth, and even after 4, we've got to go and try and see what type of damage it is. I mean, if he can't be rescued, it could be permanent. That's assuming he wasn't captured and killed, but you know, he could lose teeth, he could have a broken jaw, he could lose his ability to speak clearly. There's all manner of issues can happen, and it's all built into the charts. The men on the road are getting a bit stuck. We've got the elite down here, who was, well, I don't know how anyone gives them any information. The commander's been fighting, but I know what I'm going to do for certain is I'm going to ignore the berserk, and he, who could have saved the berserk, he's not going to. He's going to, oops, that chap, this man, could save the berserk. Same straight swap like we did with the Ghost of Christmas Present. He's not doing what he's doing, and he doesn't need to activate because he's a character. He is running away. Down there, and off he goes. He's had enough. So the commander's been fighting. He's not delivered any orders. So these fellas really, I suppose, they're elite. You would follow your orders, wouldn't you? There's no morale problem with them. So as far as they're concerned, you keep going. In which case I will now show you what happens to them, because there's 3 archers there. Need the 6s. Yeah. And 1 is a fumble. He needs to save on a 4. Yeah, he does. So that archer did nothing. Archers here need 6 to activate unless they get really cross. Yeah, they do. And there's 2, 4, 6. And now he's paid his penalty. That can come off. 6, 2, 4, 6. 5s and 6s, 4 hits. It is a double hit and 2 singles. First single needs 4s, yeah. Second single needs 4s, yeah. First part of the double needs 4s, yeah. Second part of the double needs 4s, yeah. No damage. This thing with their elite units, they're hard as nails. So now the sea people are going to, well, I think really the best stop. Let's see what happens here rather than start on the edge. So these Picts coming in from the side of the road, they need a 6, but I can put the commander with them so he could have, oh no, 5s. They need 5s. I can put the commander with them so if I fail, I can have a re-roll. And I got 8. So they come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6. Needing 5s. They get 2. They need 5s to save. Is it an officer? Nope. So it's just 1 fellow. And a morale test. There are now 2, 4, 6 of them. They need 6 or less. They got 10. Do I push on here with those men to try and destroy the enemy ships? I am going to say yes. So they're going to be a minus, oh my gosh, -6. So they only move just into the wood. That could spell an important moment, because there now is every chance that they aren't going to get to the raiders' ships to destroy them, which was a distinct possibility. I suppose, really, there's a very strong chance that these guys are going to come round the back of the raiders. We'll just do one final move with the sea people to see what happens there. We know that these poor beggars have really got no option. Yeah, they charge into there. And there are 7 of them, 2, 4, 6, 7, needing force. These are saving on force. 2 dead. It's not an officer. 2 dead. I've only got 3 left. I've got to get 3 or less. Nah. And at this point, they've won the melee, haven't they? So they are, I suppose. Yeah, I don't think that even goes to green. I think that goes straight to yellow. I can't see that being a good scenario for them. And a lot of time I don't do tests for things. I'm just telling my own story. I'm not bothered. Yeah, so that was that. Over here we've got some character figures. So he doesn't need a test. He's going there. He doesn't need a test. He's going into those woods. These guys need a 6 to activate. Yep. And again, they are -1, so they go 7 instead of 8. Puts them off the board. They are going to get to the ships, which means we'll get at least 1 ship back. I think those chaps over there are going to get to 1 ship before the raiders do. So the raiders are going to keep a ship, and they're going to lose a ship. So if there are 3 raider ships, the raiders have lost the one at the top of the picture, they've saved the one in the middle, and they've saved the one on the left.